Arwin Santos, Ben!
What a blast coming from Arwin Santos, and a beautiful pass coming from Gabe Freeman.
Everybody's talented eh. Kahit sino kalaban mo, talented eh. So you have to be able to make stops to at least give yourself a chance.
The Beermen's defense clobbered the offensive-minded Llamados.
An advantage, a 2-1 advantage in this best-of-7 semifinal series for the San Miguel Beermen.
Will the Beermen grab the huge 3-1 lead? Or the Fighting Llamados make it 2 games apiece? Game 4.
Well, earlier today, the Tokatex Tropang Texters tied their series with the Alaska Aces. That's something BMX Derby Ace would like to do, but San Miguel has obviously one thing in mind, and that is to gun for a commanding 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. And they'll rely on the energy, the passion of Gabe Freeman. Tony Washam's offense will be critical para sa BMX Derby Ace. As we welcome you to the Cuneta Astrodome Basketball by the Bay, Miko Alili kasama the good doctor, Dr. J. Andy Howe. What a critical game for these two teams. Ang laki ng diferensya if San Miguel wins and if BMX Derby Ace wins.
Yeah, 2-1 is a good lead. 3-1 is so much better. You know, you really take command of the series. But if BMX can tie this at 2-all, then you go to a best of 3 and it's anybody's ball game. Only a couple of months ago, San Miguel was on the same route. They had it 2-1. Pure Foods then tied it at 2-all. And then Pure Foods went on to win game 5 and 6 and go to a championship. That's what they would like to do again. If you look later on, we'll show them the graphics and we can see that the games, aside from game 1, has really been close. The first one, obviously, BMX coming off a very tiring series with the Rain or Shine team, a best of 5. San Miguel dominated them with their offense 101 to 88. BMX escaped with a great finishing touch against San Miguel in game number 2, 95-94. You could say the same thing for San Miguel. BMX seemed to have more control of game number 3, but San Miguel came in with the big buckets in the end game, including a 3-point shot by Arwin Santos when the ball game was tied at 70-all.
I don't know if it's coincidence, but even in the Alaska Tokatex series, parang ganyan, no?
Yeah.
Malaki yung lamang game 1, but game 2 and 3, both very close. Numbers, though, are not that close.
Well, you know, the numbers are in favor of San Miguel in their scoring. The biggest problem here for the BMX team has been their rebounding. Because right now, their import is not the big rebounder that Cliff Brown was. Plus the fact that you do not have the services of Kirby Raimundo who could give you 7 or 8 rebounds, there is a 13 differential in rebound, which is very, very big. Plus the assist, the execution of San Miguel, there's a difference of 7. That's easily 14, maybe 15, even up to 20 points, and those are 3-point shots.
Once again, ang balak ng BMX Derby Ace is to win tonight and tie the series. That's not going to be easy when you face a talented team like San Miguel.
Yeah, San Miguel really has a lot of talent. It's very deep. Sometimes so deep that you don't know who you're going to put on the floor. But BMX, they've got great players. They have players that they can rely to. I think the important thing here to see is how their guard line plays against San Miguel tonight. Obviously, they need big games from James Yap as well as Roger Yap. Artadi will always be the Avenger. That's the only thing I can. I don't want to call him anything else. He might get mad at me.
Well, he's an energetic player. That's one thing you can say about Paul Artadi. Here's Bethune, Shot Tankinson, and the Beermen. And now we're going to meet the starting players for the Llamados.
Ultimate forward number 15, Mark Pengris. At center number 41, Don Aliado. At guard number 13, Roger Yap. And ultimate guard number 18, James Yap. Head coach for the Llamados is Ryan Gregorio. Game officials are Tronji Aldama, Joel Go, and it is Lord Zambrano. With alternate referee Dennis Barbacel. This game is
Here are your primary protagonists for San Miguel and BMX Derby Ace.
Well, Kapagnot, Ontiveros, Washington, Arwin Santos, and Gabe Freeman. Usual starting 5 for San Miguel ever since they met this team. Santos defending against Tony Washam, Pingris, Don Aliado. We have James Yap, of course, plus Roger Yap. playing the point guard position.
And game number 4 is underway. Live po tayo from the Cuneta Astrodome. And you're catching all the action only here on Solar TV. First possession goes to the Beermen. They are in fighting red. B-Meg is in immaculate white. Gabe Freeman has the ball, guarded by Roger Yap.
That's great defense by the small point guard. He forced Freeman to a fadeaway shot, which is not exactly his strength. No, he's more of a guy that has a good medium range, straight up shot, and then a guy that plays well on the inside. San Miguel playing straight up man-to-man, sagging defense there. Oh, and a difficult shot here by James Yap. Nothing seems to disturb him. Yeah.
Especially with all the happenings in his life.
Yeah. Maybe that's where he draws the strength from.
Swiped by Aliado, but they'll call the foul. Now going back to James Yap, you know, for a lot of players, the court, no matter how tense a game might be, is their sanctuary. You know, it's just a happy place. It's just all about basketball.
Well, I think that a lot of us have a lot of places that are, we can call environment that we really love to be in. For example, I think you and I are happy with what we're doing here. I'm also happy working with the basketball team because I've done that for 33 years now. Maybe a little bit more in my high school and college days. So, you know, we're happy at that. Some people, they love to work, you know, I won't say a phone shop, but magkaroon tayo Lamborghini.
You know, kanya-kanya yan. Yung iba, natutuwa na nasa opisina buong araw.
Yes.
You know, some people actually like that kind of comfort zone.
Yeah, we have the mayor of Pasay also as our guest. We'll probably be showing later on. He's happy with the position he has had.
And here's Aliado with the fake, with the shot, and the miss. By the way, Don Ontiveros was sent back to the bench. I think there's something wrong with Don at this point. Jonas Villanueva taking his place. In the meantime, Gabe Freeman scores, and it's a 4-2 game in favor of San Miguel as Roger Yap attacks.
And that's going to be a foul there on Alex Cabagnot. I think maybe with Don, I don't know if it's an injury, but I think it's more of the matchup. They probably did not figure that Roger may start, so they didn't want that matchup. And they probably thought Artati would start, so Ontiveros can pick up game shot. And this is the mayor of Pasay, you know, si Calixto. I met him earlier, Mayor Calixto, son of the former mayor here, who was an OIC, I think, after the revolution in '86. Very well-known family here in the city of Pasay, and we thank him for allowing us to be here at the Cuneta Astrodome. Kasama niya si Attorney Aga.
James Yap with the basketball. James Yap to Roger Yap. Shot clock down to 14 para sa B-Meg Derby Ace.
Nice pass. Better defense and a late call there. And Freeman's jumping up and down. So far, both coaches have had their arguments with the referee on some fouls called. Earlier it was Aliado. Now it is on Gabe Freeman. Let's take a look at this. Aliado is trapped here. So good defense there by Washington and a good block shot there by Freeman. Of course, benefit of the doubt given to the refs.
Iba talaga yung digital hindsight. Siyempre, iba yung nakikita natin. Slow-mo na nga, multi-angles pa.
That's right. So we have a lot of cameras here in Solar, so sensya na kayo.
But Gabe Freeman, his foul situation, that's always been a problem for Freeman and the Beermen. His penchant for picking up a lot of fouls in a game.
Because he plays very tough defense and he'll go after any offensive balls that he can get. That's a good mismatch if they can get the ball to him. Another offensive foul. And because of the low post play, where he had a big advantage over Roger Yap, and that's number 2. Quick.
But Shot Atkinson doesn't seem perturbed by the development. His import already with 2 fouls, and we're just in the early stages of this ball game.
Well, different coaches have different philosophies. Other coaches with 2 fouls, automatic, you go back to the bench and you sit it out for a while.
A nice wipe by Villanueva. Bounce pass. And Cabagnot scores off the glass.
There seems to be a lot of energy with this starting 5 unit here of the San Miguel Beer team. And you can see that matchup, that George Villanueva, Jonas going up against Roger Yap.
Head to shoot para sa Llamados. They go to James Yap. And now Tony Washam against Arwin Santos. Arwin Santos has always been an import stopper here in the PBA. Washam one more try and it's still a miss.
That looked like an over-the-back foul. Yeah, and finally it's going to be called. It looked like an over-the-back foul. Obviously, you saw Freeman jump up straight and he was the first one. And then he comes down with Aliado over his back, losing that ball. So it was a good call by referee Aldaba because one of the other referees missed it.
Our crew tonight, Ronji Aldaba is the Chief Justice, as what the alley-oop play that did not materialize.
The pass was very slow. It didn't come in time.
Here's Roger Yap firing away. And that will be last touch on. Oh, they'll say it's against Arwin Santos.
Although Aliado has 2 personal fouls, so easy choice for Ryan Gregorio to sit him down. He doesn't really have the luxury of the big men that he used to have with Kirby present, and the fact that his import is more of a small forward, not a 4 or a 5.
Here's Washam, hounded by Arwin Santos. 2-point game in favor of San Miguel. We're in the opening quarter. And here's Roger Yap on the move. Baseline reverse.
Now that's going to be big problems for San Miguel. Like I said, if Roger and James play well in the backcourt, San Miguel's got a long night ahead of them.
We're tied at 6. 8 minutes to go in the first period. And a lot of pushing between Jay Washington and Rafi Rivas.
So you can see the way that Washington is posting up. The referees allow a certain holding, but when he tries to move to another angle to be able to get a pass, you can no longer hold him down because he cannot get there.
Shot clock down to 8. Cabagnot, bounce pass intended for Washington. That parang nasipa ata yun ni Rafi Rivas.
Correct. Now they do not consider it a kickball, or do they? Because if it's a kickball, yes, it is a kickball. It will be reset to 14 seconds, not the 6 seconds that was left.
Villanueva. Freeman wants that ball against Roger Yap. Remember, Freeman already with 2 personal fouls. Freeman turns around. Not really a shot.
Second time around, Roger has forced him to that move. Freeman, of course, is worried to really charge in because he might be called for another offensive foul.
Now here's Pingris. James Yap. Straight, just strong. Offensive rebound, Rivas. Roger Yap. Hang time! Ayun. Nagasaan si Jonas Villanueva.
It would have been better if he shot it. He already had that hop-along Cassidy move of his where he could have shot it. Didn't have to make a drop pass. Well, those are decisions players make. You know, that's instinctive. At that moment, you feel that the shot might not go in. There is a higher percentage, so you make that move.
Jonas Villanueva coming in for Dondon Ontiveros early in this game. Here's Cabagnot. Cabagnot fires a pass. Arwin Santos all the way from Ross Boulevard.
He was too open. You couldn't believe it.
It happens.
Hanggang ngayon, wala pang gusto lumapit sa akin. Kahapon pa ako nakaasinta rito.
Washam, double team. Roger Yap is open. Washam overshoots. Freeman with a rebound. Ang takbuhan ng San Miguel dito. We're tied at 6. And Jonas Villanueva scoots in for the layup.
Well, people have scouted Washam. And if you know Washam, he's more of a good scorer when he's able to dribble and then get his footing for the shot. Especially he dribbles first with the left and then comes back and shoots with the right. At the post, he's being double teamed. He's forcing up shots. And that's a nice pass to him. But quickly, there is Arwin Santos.
Shot clock down to 5.
That's a foul. That's clear. Santos didn't have to foul him. All he had to do was put up his hands because